The Bengals are who we thought they were. Shout out the late Dennis Green. We can talk all day about NFL officiating and how this week it impacted the Bengals in a negative way, but the Bengals only need one thing, and it's to look a mirror directly in the face. Hi again, Bengals fans. John Sheeran of A to Z Sports Cincinnati, and I feel like there's just no other words to me than this. How many ways can this team lose dramatically to the very best that the NFL has to offer? I mean, I would like nothing more than to just sit here and just complain about the refs and how we're watching another game in prime time against two really good teams, and immediately the post-game reaction is, can you believe that they missed that call? And of course now it's a defensive holding that wasn't called on Mike Gesicki in the end zone. It's a face mask. It might be multiple face masks on Joe Burrow and other Bengals on that final play where Joe Burrow could not convert the 2-point conversion to Tanner Hudson. It is so sickening that these great games that come down to the wire get decided by a call or a no call. In this case, it happens to be a no call. I would love nothing more than just go on for that for 2 more minutes. But guys, this is just the trend. Not only is the officiating bad in the NFL, the Bengals find themselves in these spots because they just can't finish a freaking game against a good opponent. It just can't be done. They've lost to the Ravens twice and to the Chiefs by a combined 5 points. It's gotten so sickeningly obvious that Joe Burrow can't even hide it anymore when he's talking to the press. He was up there last night saying that he can't believe that the team is 4-6 and at this spot when he, Jamar Chase, and Trey Hendrickson are having legitimate all-pro seasons. And it's just not enough because there's just not enough support around them. They can destroy the Raiders and other teams like that by multiple scores and even still playing perfect games and everything is fine, but they don't have the talent to compete against the Ravens, against the Chiefs, and teams of that nature that they would have to beat in order to make the Super Bowl if they somehow, some way make the playoffs by winning 6 of their last 7 games, which at this point, is that even possible? Now, to reiterate, yes, you should expect the ref to notice that a quarterback got hit in the head and his face mask got dragged to the ground, but it's crazy how Burrow is just now admitting it that he just doesn't expect it. It just doesn't happen to him. You can't count on it, unfortunately, and that's what your quarterback is literally saying to everybody. But what you do have control over is that you're at the trade deadline and you're vying for pass rushing help, and you won't give up a single day 3 pick for a player that could help you against Lamar Jackson, because guess what? The Bengals got to him 0 times. He did typical Lamar Jackson things, and they scored 35 points to beat them. When the same exact themes get repeated over and over and over and over again against the teams that you would expect to beat in order to get to the place that you want to go, there's just nothing else to talk about. This team is not good enough, and they can't finish the games that actually matter. I'm legitimately struggling sitting in this chair trying to think of a more frustrating season for the Bengals in recent memory, and I don't think it exists. Being 4-6 when you have a quarterback who should be in the MVP conversation and brings it every single week, when you have arguably the best receiver in the NFL playing his ass off and one of the best players on defense doing his thing, and you still find ways to blow leads and not hammer in that final nail in the coffin, it's just so damn sickening. But the trade deadline is gone. The second half of the season is already underway, and you have literally, and I mean literally, zero margin for error to get to where you want to go. Every single time the stakes have been high this season, the Bengals show us exactly who they are. Good, but not good enough.